It is a lot of them from the that I know that Tom Hanks is in there. Every movie was actually pretty amazing. He's in the Grandma Forrest Gump and Civic Private Ryan. I have reacted to all of them. I have yet to watch Castaway though. Yes, this movie is about astronaut flying to the moon, I guess. I think I've heard of this name, Apollo 13. So I have a Patreon page where you can support me and access to all full reactions. Without further ado, let's watch the video. Pre-launch test.
The most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked. For that sudden and horrible fire on the launch pad during the field of Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger Chapman.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But tonight,
Actually died.
After the tragedy of Apollo 1, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon.
The important thing when you're penetrating a lunar module is your attitude and your relative speed. That thing's sliding, everything's clicking. It's like no other feeling in the world.
Okay, good one. There's Tom Hanks.
Jim Lovell.
Hi.
This is Tracy.
How do you do, Tracy?
This is the man. Apollo 8, they were the first ones around the moon. This guy did 10 laps.
Hey, Marilyn. Put this on ice in the back of the rest and make sure it gets cold. You gonna get a haircut this summer? Get a haircut.
What is hot? Man of the year. It is after they went to the moon.
I'm not gonna cut the program before number 14.
Okay, the news.
Really appreciate you all coming to this dress
Music composed by James Horner. Then he done Titanic.
played by Neil Armstrong's backup for this historic moonwalk. Still has time to get out of there. Just need somebody to wave him off. Wave him off, Neil.
Actually, like progress.
Armstrong is on the moon. Neil Armstrong standing on the surface of the moon.
Yeah, the acid man.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Everyone just stood there, covering the moon.
We're back inside now. Looking up at us. Isn't that something?
When you were on the far side on 8, I didn't sleep at all.
Christopher Columbus and Charles Lindbergh and Neil Armstrong. From now on, we live in a world where man has walked on the moon. Apollo 8, we were so close. Just 60 nautical miles down. I want to go back there.
Where's my mountain?
See where the shadow crosses the white area there? That's the Sea of Tranquility. Mountain.
There's a lot of mountains in there.
I don't see it.
Telescope.
You look right. What did the man say? Give me a lever long enough and I'll move the world. Well, that's exactly what we're doing here. A computer that can fit into a single room and hold millions of pieces of information. On the first leg of the Apollo
Okay,
13,
Mr. Okay.
When are you going up again?
Apollo 14 sometime late next year.
Okay.
People in my state have been asking why we're continuing to fund this program. Now,
Christopher Columbus had come back from the New World and no one returned in his footsteps.
How do you go to the bathroom in space?
Okay.
Well, I tell you, cranking down the window and looking for a gas station, which Deke is one of the original Mercury 7 astronauts flight assignments, so naturally we kick back part of our salaries to Deke every...
Can I have a minute? Something's come up.
Something important.
Hey!
Maybe I don't understand, but you are not wearing that outfit.
I'm not even wearing a bra. You can see everything.
Shut up, Susan.
You know that Easter vacation trip we had planned?
You're going to be canceled.
There might be a slight change in destination. The moon.
The moon. Yeah, they're going to moon there.
You're moving up 6 months?
Dad, can I please wear this?
Sure.
Jim,
No, absolutely not.
No.
you're gonna be ready in 6 months?
We'll be ready. I gotta get over there. We're gonna have to get up to speed on this. I'm gonna walk on the moon, Marilyn.
I know.
Are they able to go to the moon? Okay. 3 months prior to launch.
See what he does with this one.
You want to just back off and take another run at this?
No, I got it. Let me just try and get her stable.
Yeah, training.
Target
10 feet.
capture.
That's it. Ha! That's it.
Crew, you're up in the simulator.
Nice job, Jim.
Just won the Christmas turkey.
Nice try, Chris. Yeah, but it wasn't perfect. Used up too much fuel. I want to work it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but my rate of turn is still a little too slow there. I'm really...
Well, let's get it right.
13 backup crew, it'll have to wait. Prime crew's up for another run. Shape over here.
Hello.
We got a problem. Get your helmet on! I can't get it loaded! We got a mass...
Yeah. It's not looking good. Is it a drill? Okay. Okay, 3 weeks prior to launch. She's the one having a nightmare.
This is the Saturn 4B booster, and it shoots us away from the Earth to the moon's gravity. Actually grabs us and pulls us.
Fred and I float down the tunnel into this guy. The Luna only holds 2 people, and it's just for landing on the moon.
For a nice, soft landing on the moon. Better than Neil Armstrong.
Did you know the astronauts on the fire? Could that happen again?
Well, I'll tell you something. They couldn't get it open when they needed to get out. Well, a lot of things went wrong in that fire.
Probably on panicking.
We fixed it.
The training schedule this tight, you shouldn't be asking.
Hey, you're Jim Level, aren't you? Hey, lucky 13.
Okay. Yeah. The car doesn't work.
It's a very busy week.
It's time to make
I'm
excuses.
thinking about not going to the launch.
We've had these kids for a while now.
Just had this stroke.
Mom's
Okay.
Honey, it's not like I've never been to a launch before.
She has done other launches.
Well, you're gonna miss a hell of a show. See you in a few weeks.
Apollo 13.
Okay. 4 days prior to launch.
On April 13th.
Oh, there's a lot of coincidence.
Afro fella said we ought to take a pig up with us for good luck.
There's nothing routine about flying to the moon. I can vouch for that. I think that an astronaut's last mission, his final flight, and I'll be walking in a place where there's 400 degrees difference between sunlight and shadow.
2 days prior to launch.
Lunar surface experiments tomorrow, and Ken's gonna be back in the simulator.
I just got some blood work back from the lab. Charlie Duke has the measles.
That baker looks very good. They have measles.
We can predict each other's moves. We can read the tone of each other's voice.
We will be getting seriously ill.
Will be ill.
He's a fine pilot, but when was the last time he was in a simulator?
They should train.
We can either scrub Mattingly and go with Swigert, or we can bump all 3 of you to a later mission.
So only 2 choices.
Flight surgeon horseshit, Deke.
Jim, if you hold out for Ken, you will not be on Apollo 13.
Gotta take that. Because I'm on the backup. I understand. Thank you, sir.
Damn. Medical guys. I had a feeling when they started doing all the blood tests. I mean, Jesus.
He's the one not going.
Swigert, he'll be fine. It'll be a hell of a mission, one for the books. You sure about this, Jim? I mean, why don't I go upstairs and talk to Deke?
This was my call.
Must have been a tough one. I don't have the measles. I'm not gonna get the measles.
High gravity now.
Houston, we are at 400,000.
They are training now. Manual.
Switching to SCS.
Roger. We're coming in too steep. I'm gonna stay in this roll, see if I can pull us out of it. 10.
Jeez, we're running up.
Burning up.
Damn it. Even Mattingly didn't get it the first time.
How you feeling, Fredo?
Charbroil.
Came in too steep. We're dead.
We were into program 67 there, so.
Just trying to do it again.
Okay, guys, we're gonna do this.
There you go.
Obviously, if I had $1 for every time they killed me in this thing, I wouldn't have to work for you, Deke. Well, we have 2 days. We'll be ready.
Okay. 2 days left. Only 2 days to practice. Need to launch there already. Yeah, night before launch.
We don't want Daddy to get any of our germs and get sick in outer space.
Not giving your mom a hard time, are you?
Okay. Trying to keep separate. Okay. She finally came.
Looks like Marilyn Lovell.
It's gonna be a hell of a show.
Now, who told you that?
Some guy I know.
You can't live without me.
Okay.
You hear about Ken?
Need to launch day, April 11, 1970.
We walk on the moon,
Yeah, we walking.
Karim is. That's not looking good. Lumber. And probably a bad sign.
Done. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna give these guys a beautiful ride.
They are getting ready.
You need more air?
You want some apple?
Marilyn, hey, Mary. I got 30 days till this blasts off.
Yes, okay.
This is from your wife, Chief.
I like it.
You're all set. Give me a go, no go for launch. Surgeon.
Go flight.
Ecom.
We're going.
GNC.
We're go.
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 FAO.
We are go.
Go for launch.
We are go for launch.
Only 60 seconds left. It's not going.
A few bumps and we're hauling the mail.
12,
10,
11, 10,
9. No, I listen. There's a lot of power.
The clock is running.
We have liftoff.
Lift off.
Okay.
Okay. I could CGI there.
Velocity right on the line.
Roger, EDS to manual for a little choke, fellas.
Lol. Yes.
That was some little joke.
Houston, this is 13. We've got a center engine cut off. Go on the other 4.
Fine.
Roger, that flight looks like we lost it.
Fido, what's that going to do to her?
I need to know if the IU is correcting for the number 5 shutdown.
You're going to impact them.
Houston, what's the story on engine 5?
We'll be all right as long as we don't lose another one.
The other engines are a go, so we're just going to burn those remaining engines.
Looks like we just had our glitch for this mission.
Glitch. Okay, losing it.
13, this is Houston. Predicted cutoff is 12 plus 3-4.
Cut down.
Yeah, but I like vehicle. The gravity is not there anymore.
Can't believe you did this 4 times. Worst part's over. This doesn't stop for me until he lands on.
Hey, please, take you a minute.
A what?
Remember, you're proud, happy, and thrilled. We're very proud and
Happy and thrilled.
we're thrilled.
Okay, straight into the moon.
Going to the moon.
Go ahead and get set for transposition and docking.
Roger that, Jet.
Vomiting.
Fredo, you okay?
Go for docking, and we recommend you secure cabin pressurization.
Okay, Swigert, command module pilot. She's all yours.
We're going to start to pitch around to line up with the limb.
Ate too much breakfast. Let's go to work. Keep an eye on that telemetry.
Roger that. Swagger can't dock this thing. We don't have a mission.
Okay, here we go.
100 feet.
We'll be able to succeed this time.
Watch the alignment now. Where are we looking, Fredo? We're not there yet.
40 feet.
You park that thing.
It's the most suspicious thing ever.
10 feet. Capture.
Okay, that's it.
Go ahead and retract.
Good job there.
Houston.
You finally succeeded.
We have limb extraction.
I gotta get out of this suit.
Hey, I'm hungry.
Are you sure?
I could eat the ass out of a dead rhinoceros.
Okay, they are going away. Okay, it's been day 3.
It's too bad we can't demonstrate this on TV.
Being.
Here it comes.
Okay,
Now that's a beautiful sight.
the liquid.
What's going on about the stupid Beatles breaking up?
Beatles.
Stupid! They won't even know if we're there. The whole
Okay, good evening, America. What life is like for the 3 of us.
Provide you with the appropriate background music.
Playing the song.
2001 in honor of our command module Odyssey.
One of them said we made going to the moon about as exciting as taking a trip to Pittsburgh.
This is all the channels we get, Mrs. Lovell.
Damn TV guide again.
They're drinking.
That's no joke. They'll jump on him.
Well, folks, let's head on down to the lunar excursion module.
When we get ready to
Going on a
land
trip.
on, we'll float through this access tunnel into the lunar module. Well, folks, as you can probably tell, the Aquarius isn't much bigger than a couple of telephone
Very small
Some
space.
places. We'll head back up the tunnel now and back into the Odyssey. To the man. Stand by one, Houston. Houston, that bang you heard was Fred Hayes on the cabin repress valve.
Okay.
We're about to close out the Aquarius. Next broadcast will be from Frau Mora on the surface of the moon.
All right.
That went well.
I'd say that was a pretty successful broadcast.
There you go.
Roger that. Rolling right. 060.
Oxygen tank disconnected. That's not a good sign.
Hey, we've got a problem here.
You do. Nothing. I stirred the tanks.
Whoa. Houston, we have a problem. We've got a lot of thruster
What's the
activity
story
here,
with the computer
Houston.
now?
Just computer restart.
I'm gonna reconfigure the RCS.
We've got to ping multiple caution and warning, Houston.
Oh boy. Yes.
Flight, the heart rates are skyrocketing.
Is at 725 psi and falling. What's going on here? Flight, let me get back to you. Flight GNC.
Good radio signal. Flight, their antenna must be
22. They're gonna have to do it manually.
Oh boy. Yeah, one at a time.
Instrumentation.
Let's get that hatch button. The limb might have been hit by a meteor.
Yep.
Houston, we have a main thrust A undervolt. We got a wicked shimmy up here.
We've been hit by a meteor. We'd be dead by now. We're going to try to get us out of this lurch. We keep floating with gimbal lock.
We need a confirmation.
Hey, Charlie.
Barber pole.
Houston, I'm
Scary situation to be in.
We got a main bus B undervolt, AC bus 2, command module computer.
We are venting something out into space.
What?
One right now. A gas of some sort.
A gas.
Quiet down. Quiet down. Want everybody to alert your support teams. Wake up anybody you need, get them in here. Not make things worse by guessing.
13, this is Houston. We are going around the room now.
We're gonna keep hitting the edge of that dead band.
Hey, take a look at the O2 on number 1. 200 pounds and falling.
Still,
O2 tank 2 still 0.
still leaking.
What have we got on the spacecraft that's good?
We're not gonna have power much longer. Dip's bleeding to death.
It's bleeding to death.
Flight, I recommend we shut down the reactant valves of the fuel cells. We can isolate it there and we can save what's left in the tanks and we can run on the good cell.
You close them, you can't open them again. You can't.
The Odyssey is dying.
Fine.
My chair here, this is the last option.
Are you going to do it? Okay.
Okay, Capcom, let's have them close the reactant valves.
Are you saying you want the whole smash? Closing down the react valves for fuel cell shutdown? I hear you right?
Yeah.
Closing the react valves may stop the leak.
May stop. They're not shutting 보죠.
Just lost the moon.
They're not letting the moon. Okay.
This doesn't work. I'm not gonna have enough power left to get home.
Oh boy. Still falling down.
Shit.
0.
Pero, how long does it take to power up the LEM? Jack, before the
You
battery
need to power up.
on us in here, let's power down everything.
15 minutes of oxygen, and that's it. The command module will be dead.
Okay, you control. I want an emergency power procedure, the essential hardware only. Transfer the guidance system from one computer to the other, so I want those numbers up and ready when our guys are in position.
Got serious time pressure here, Jim. You've got to get the guidance program transferred, and you've got to do it before you're out of power.
Less than 15 minutes of life support in the Odyssey.
Less than 15 minutes.
Fredo, it's worse than I thought.
To be aware, I moved from the command module into the LEM. Are you back with me now?
There's a lot of debris floating around out there.
They need your gimbal angles, Jack, before you shut down the computer.
Check. We need to proceed with steps 12 through 17 quickly. About 8 minutes remaining.
I've completed these gimbal conversions, but I need a double check of the arithmetic.
167.78. Yaw is 351.87.
Stand by, we're checking it.
That was where we'll end up out here.
Get accurate measurement.
Good here?
Seems to are good. Seems like he's a really lucky man.
You know that our first bachelor, he's the kind they say has a girl in every port. Is that 3 million fewer viewers? 3 million fewer viewers. Why Borman to say that?
At ABC News, here is ABC
Apollo 13 spacecraft has lost all
He just missed the news.
Apollo 13 is apparently also losing breathing oxygen.
Slow down.
And the astronauts may
An
have to
electrical
use the
failure.
lens
What exactly does that mean?
and could endanger the lives of the astronauts themselves.
What do you mean there's
It's not looking good.
I just heard they're losing oxygen. No, don't give me that NASA bullshit.
Uh-uh.
I want to know what's happening with my husband.
5 minutes remaining.
Flying with a dead elephant on our back.
Oh boy.
Flight guidance. We're getting awfully close to center here.
I'll inform Houston, I'm well aware of the goddamn gimbals.
I don't need to hear the obvious. I got the frapping 8-ball right in front of me.
Andy, we're on Fox.
We're reading everything you say.
Sorry, Jim.
I'm sorry, Jeffrey's calling for you.
But I think by very close call, and we're not out of the woods yet.
Your dad's flying his mission.
It's going to get me a moon rock.
Something broke on your daddy's spaceship, and he's going to have to turn around before he even gets to the moon.
13, Houston. We still show that Benning pushing you around. How you doing?
We are doing better up here now.
We know for sure that we can power this thing back up.
Just have to deal with that later.
Deal with that later.
Lunar module now in control.
Execute some sort of a burn here. It's just a matter of when. Did they shut us all down in there?
Didn't think we'd be back in here so soon.
I want you all to forget the flight plan.
Sorry, we'll get somebody to look at that.
They are here. You turn them around, straight back, direct abort.
Okay, they don't agree.
Use the moon's gravity, slingshot them around.
No, the LEM will not support 3 guys for that amount of time. We do an about face, we bring the guys right home right now.
They blow up and they die.
That is not the argument. We're talking about time.
I agree.
The only thing the command module is good for is re-entry, so that leaves us with the LEM, which means free return trajectory. Pick up some speed, get them home as quick as we can.
We designed the LEM to land on the moon. Not fire the engine out there for course correction.
Well, I don't care what anything was designed to do. I care about what it can do.
What he can do.
We've got to build some time in the flight plan for them to get some sleep.
Therefore,
President?
Nixon, he wants ours.
We are not losing the crew.
5 to 1 against 3 to 1.
3 to 1.
3 to 1.
When we pick you back up, we will have your PC+2 burn data.
You want to look?
Aquarius, that's 30 seconds till loss of signal.
You and Buzz's old neighborhood.
Expect loss of signal in approximately 10 seconds.
It must be an awe-inspiring sight. I can't wait to see it myself.
Tatu.
See our landing site.
Look at that Tsiolkovsky crater.
It's like snow. It's beautiful.
Yeah, camera angle there. Yeah, below Tatin. Yeah, one side.
13, this is Houston. We're reading 56 nautical miles. Stand by.
I'd like to go home. We got a burn coming up. We're gonna need a contingency if we lose comm with Houston. Get into the Odyssey and bag up all the water you can before it freezes. You can only give our guys 45 hours?
That's it.
Whoa, guys! Power is everything. Without it, they don't talk to us, they don't correct their trajectory, they don't turn the heat shield around. With everything on, the LEM draws 60 amps. So's the crew. We got to get them down to 12 amps.
12 amps.
Cabin heater, instrument displays, the guidance computer, the whole smash.
Whoa, guidance.
The more time we talk down here, the more juice they waste up there.
Data set energy.
And then we finish the burn, we'll power down the LEM. A couple days we're gonna have to power it up, use nothing but the re-entry batteries.
Simulated it before, Gene.
Well, we're gonna have to figure it out. I want you guys to find every engineer who designed every switch, every circuit, every transistor, and every light bulb that's up there. Then I want you to find out how to squeeze every amp out of both of these goddamn machines. All the way back to Earth with time to spare. Sure as hell not gonna lose one on my watch.
Okay.
Failure is not an option. Good, you're not dead. I'm trying to get in touch with you for 45 minutes.
Nearly sleeping.
There's been an explosion. Oxygen tanks
You didn't know.
fuel cells gone, command module shut down. Nobody's too sure how much power we're gonna have when we hit re-entry.
We see the SAM meter rise over 20 at any point. Power up is no good.
How much power do we have to play with?
Barely enough to run this coffee pot for 9 hours. Go.
Start on some shortcuts for power up.
Yeah, you know how short?
Well, it's all in the sequencing, John.
We got to get you in there.
Okay. You got it. I need a flashlight. Not what they have up there. Don't give me anything they don't have on board.
Let's get this show on the road. Put them in space, fellas. The window, and we're switching to aft omni when we see the moon.
Yes, eating casually upside down.
No more waste dumps. Gonna need some more urine bags.
Okay.
Shutting down now.
Puts Sir Isaac Newton in the driver's seat.
AM. Very, very AM.
Can't order these guys to go to sleep.
CO2 filter problem on the lunar module. 5 filters on the limb, which are meant for 2 guys for a day and a half.
Beginnings of brain asphyxia.
What about the
Why?
command module?
They take square cartridges.
These symptoms.
So CO2 levels are going to be getting toxic.
Well, I suggest you gentlemen invent a way to put a square peg in a round hole.
Make this fit into the hole for this, using nothing but that.
Okay, let's build a filter.
Uh,
They're out front here, and they want to put a transmitter up on the lawn.
I thought they didn't care about this mission. Landing on the moon wasn't dramatic enough for them. Why should not landing on it be? Don't put one piece of equipment on my lawn. If they have a problem with that, they can take it up with my husband.
can you stay by? They're getting prison call.
It's a nice one to marry. There's some aspirin in the
I
medical
took
kit.
some. Jim, I'm all right. It was an accident. Wonder if it's a boy or a girl.
Find out soon enough.
Come up here on a real mission.
Not getting enough water.
I'm drinking my ration, same as you.
What's happening?
Been pissing in my relief too.
It'll be a hot one at the debriefing for the flight station.
We're working on something, Jack. Just hold on.
I can't remember the ratio to temperature. We got no references on board.
It's too much Delta V. They had us burned too long. At this rate, we're going to skip right out of the atmosphere, and we're never going to get back. And add.
Yeah.
And what if they had made a mistake, all right, and there was no way to reverse it? Do you think they would tell us?
1,000 things that have to happen in order.
I think they know it, and I think that's why we don't have a goddamn re-entry plan, all right?
Duly noted.
Ow! God damn it!
Hey!
Shit! That's the only thing we got left, Jack.
I'm going on this.
All I did was stir those tanks.
What was that gauge reading before you hit the switch?
You don't brought me in here to do a job. This is not my fault.
No one is saying it is.
But the gauge is reading.
All right, we're not.
And you don't know.
All right, look, we're not doing this, gentlemen. We're not going to go bouncing off the walls for 10 minutes trying to figure out how to stay alive.
Stop fighting and keep alive.
Could you check your CO2 gauge for us?
Carbon dioxide is building up.
Yeah, Houston, we were just looking at that.
Jim, we're working on a procedure down here for you.
I only figured it for 2 people.
Maybe I should just hold my breath.
Again.
Poisoning the astronauts with every breath, in and out.
Well, I hope you got the procedures for me. Right here.
That's it?
An unusual procedure for you here.
And they make it. They're able to make it. Yeah.
Lithium hydroxide canister. You need 2 lithium hydroxide canisters.
2 LCG bags, red suit hoses.
What about their level of carbon dioxide?
It's, climbing.
You're saying that they're almost out of breathable air.
No, wait a second. He said we're working.
Use your arm.
It's a good arm length.
Oh, okay. That piece of tape down the middle lengthwise.
With each breath, the 3 men expel more of the poisonous gas into the lunar module cockpit.
Shit, I tore it.
No, it's not time to make mistakes.
Rip the bag. Can we tape it? They just tore the bag.
One more bag left.
But they've still got a long way to come.
The zoom out. It's not feeling well.
It's long since calculated. Any rescue system the space agency calculated. Sponge the entire filter assembly to the bulkhead.
15.
Most serious situation we've ever encountered in manned spaceflight.
Just bring normal, fellas. Yeah, Houston, we're taking a look at those numbers right now.
Stop.
Houston, the CO2 level has dropped to 9.
It worked then.
The overload is.
The sim just be working.
All right, which one has the leak?
Don't know that yet, John.
Break-in?
If they don't get one, I don't get one.
Can't fix a damn thing in this place.
Hi, Grandma. There's been an accident. Jimmy's okay. He's all right. Now there's been an explosion, and they're all okay. They're all right.
Explosions.
Try to figure out a way to get them home.
Are you scared?
Oh boy.
Don't you worry, honey. If they could get a washing machine to fly, my Jimmy could land it.
Damn right.
Be happy to hear that we contacted President Nixon, and he's going to grant you an extension on your income tax.
That's wonderful news.
to sleep. He's is running a fever of
Okay.
104.
People, this.
See how he feels about this. Knowing how my kidneys are functioning.
Okay.
I'm not wearing my biomed sensors, Houston.
He's not wearing. And they are taking on.
Flight, now I'm losing all three of them.
Little medical mutiny, Doc. Let's cut him some slack, okay?
Day 6. And now they're flying back to Earth.
Gene, it's not the velocity, it's the angle.
Another burn.
Fire the engines and get them on course.
The burn sources. Okay, it's freezing.
Listen, without the computer, what do we use for orientation?
Bunch of debris up there.
We're trying to hash something out down here, Aquarius.
All we need to hold attitude is one fixed point in space. Oh, Houston, we've got one. If we can keep the Earth in the window, flying manually.
How long do we need to burn the engine?
And still shut it down on time without the computer.
Manually.
Guess that's the best we can do, Glenn.
Steep, they'll incinerate in the steadily thickening air. If they're too shallow, they'll ricochet off the atmosphere like a... The re-entry this softball with the moon have to hit a target no thicker than this piece of paper.
Engine's never been tried like this. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
I won't hold you personally responsible.
Okay, this is gonna take all three of us. Drifting down, you need to thrust aft, not forward. You time us? Got it. You up to this, Fredo?
You can fire when ready.
You are go for the manual burn.
I'll let you go.
Here we go.
Bring it around, Fredo.
Using all the power.
Hold what you got. I'll roll it. Back off.
She's dancing all over the place.
Okay, hold it right there. That's it. Back. No, Fredo.
Oh boy.
A little more, come on,
That's
baby.
it. Hold it. Hold it. Damn it.
6.
Shut down.
Okay. Yes, that's pretty good job.
Knew it. Knew it.
Giving our guys enough to survive till re-entry. Well done.
Warm up the pyros for the parachutes and the command module thrusters. They've been sitting at 200 below for 4 days, John. They gotta be heated. Well, if the chutes don't open, what's the point?
Ken, you're telling me what you need. We do not have the power, Ken.
We just don't have it.
Go back and reorganize the sequencing again.
The alternative.
And I asked him recently if he ever was scared. An engine flame out a few times in an aircraft. In an airplane emergency, when you can recall, Fear. I'm in a Banshee at night in combat conditions, so there's no running lights on the carrier. But in Japan was actually using the same frequency. I'm looking down at a big black ocean, so everything shorts out right there in my cockpit. All about ditching in the ocean. And this green trail, it's like a long carpet, and it was the algae that
Okay.
stuff again. My cockpit lights hadn't shorted out. There's no way I'd have ever been able to see that. You never know what events are going to transpire to get you.
What the hell was that?
Well,
From a burst helium disk. We sure could use the re-entry procedure up here. We just can't throw this together at the last minute. We're going to go over it step by step so there's no foul up. Getting awfully big in the window.
Jim, this is Deke.
They don't know how to do it.
We're going to get that power-up procedure to you. We're going to get it as soon as we
as soon
possibly
as possibly can. Okay, stop man.
The sequence looks good. We're just over budget on the amperage.
Damn it, John, is it 3 or 4?
4.
Any idea?
We have some power left in the LEM batteries, right? Reverse the flow and see if we can draw these 4 amps from the LEM batteries before we cut it loose. Why can't we do that? All we're talking about here is 4 amps.
All over the simulator and get an estimate.
God damn it! I don't want another estimate. I want the procedures. Now!
Floodlights to fixed.
It's awfully close.
Up and running.
I think we got it, buddy.
Okay, they can work with it then.
Arthur, good to see you, Ken.
Have the measles.
Damn it. Blanche, these nice young men are going to watch the television with you. This is Neil Armstrong, and this is Buzz.
Trouble reading my own writing, I guess. I'm a little more tired than I thought.
Find the main bus breakers on panel 11.
Now, Ken, there's an awful lot of condensation on.
Take that one at a time, Jack.
Trying to drive a toaster through a car wash.
Coming up on entry interface.
So far, so good.
You gotta get the weight right. We were expecting you to be toting a couple 100 pounds of moon rocks. Caution and warning. Main alarm off. Okay, Jack. Panel to warm up. Done. RCS pressurization.
Okay, stay sabian. It's been a week.
The Lovell's eldest son, Jay, is absent as he holds vigil with his classmates.
Editor Jules Bergman with a crippled command.
The camera angles. Okay. Okay.
Okay, let's go. We are looking at a typhoon warning
A typhoon.
on the edge of the prime recovery area. Now this is... All right, Jack. On 3. Close. Reverse thrust.
Okay, they're losing this.
We're getting our first look at the service module now.
Panel is blown out, right up to our heat shield.
As much as 3,000 or 4,000 degrees.
It's a lot of degrees.
The extreme cold could have split it wide open. Parachutes have been damaged. The chutes may not open at all.
Okay, they are panicking everyone.
But it is suicidal.
Broadcasting.
Many countries offered help, and the State Department said it would ask for it if it were needed. In Rome, Pope Paul led 50,000 people in prayers for the safe return of the astronauts.
It's about time to bail out of this ship, Fredo.
Making people in a prison.
As long as I have to. A little while longer, Fredo. Water in the South Pacific. Open up that hatch. 80 degrees.
Should be making our move into the command module.
Yes,
I'm gonna check those pyro batteries one more time.
Pilot seat. She's yours to fly.
Okay, Odyssey, I want to double check some re-entry procedures right after we jettison the LEM. I was getting a little punchy and I didn't want to cut the LEM loose with you guys. We have lunar module jettison.
She sure was a good ship.
Yeah, well.
Guidance system might be malfunctioning, their heat shield could be cracked, and their
I take them to land on the water.
blackout lasts for 3 minutes. If they're not back in 4, we'll know.
Shit, no volts, only 2 amps.
Showering a bit up there. Do you want to tell him?
It's Halloween.
Nothing we could do about it? And they don't need to know, do they?
Parachute situation, the heat shield, the angular trajectory, and the typhoon.
I believe this is going to be our finest hour.
Okay, that's how that works out.
Will be 35,245 feet per second.
It's been a privilege flying with you.
All that hit.
Expect to regain signal in 3 minutes.
This meteor coming in, start melting.
Recovery and rescue helicopters already airborne, circling, waiting.
1 minute
Yeah,
and 3
waiting.
seconds to end of blackout.
Will the command module survive the intense heat of re-entry?
Okay, flight,
Okay,
that's
3 minutes.
Houston, do you read me? Read.
Expected time of reacquisition expected to come out of blackout. We're about to learn whether or not that heat shield, which was damaged, as you remember.
Not able to find anything. No reading. 4 minutes.
Odyssey, Houston, do you read?
Here we go. The parachute.
Good to see you again.
It's nice. I finally survived.
Welcome home. Glad to see you.
Good job. Everyone's happy. Yeah, all the smokes. They need to open up the heads.
We're at Stable 1. The ship is secure. It's Apollo 13 signing off.
I think they will be able to walk for weeks because of the gravity difference.
Our mission was called a successful failure. That a damaged coil built inside the oxygen sparked during our cryostir.
Yeah, there's no way they can walk.
It was going back to the moon on Apollo 18. But his mission was canceled. He died of cancer before he was able to take office.
Yes.
Mattingly orbited the moon as command module pilot of Apollo 16. Gene Kranz retired as
No
director of
missiles.
7 extraordinary days of Apollo 13 were my last in space. Remembering the changes of fortune in our long voyage. Thousands of people who worked to bring the 3 of us home. When will we be going back? And who will that be?
And the movie was an experience. It's yet another amazing performance from Tom Hanks. She really enjoyed watching the movie of this one. It's a slow movie though. I think they could cut up some past part there. I guess the build-up was necessary though. In the movie there, I was in this video.